Hello, and welcome back to Big Blue News. I'm Quinn.
And I'm Andrew. Today we have some great stories coming from our classmates here at Big Blue News. Our first story comes from Beuttler, who talks about Mr.Reid's recent classroom change.
Mr.Reid, the media literacy instructor at Swampscott High School, runs a unique course that students have come to enjoy. After 12 years, he recently changed his classroom and had some interesting comments about the switch.
I care a lot less about which room I'm in because I liked my cozier, small, old room downstairs, but I also like this room a lot. So I'm looking forward to the day when it's safe for us all to be able to see our facial expressions, because they're so useful as a teacher in seeing how students are doing and helping students share ideas and feelings with each other.
One of the new changes is an extended viewing room.
I have this little side room where students can make up films if they're absent. That way I don't have to I used to, when I was teaching downstairs, have to bother Mr. Dillette and go into his area to have students make up a film. But here I have my own little room, and we have a place for students. Like here's a couple students watching It's a Wonderful Life and Black Klansman. Any student who's absent can come in and make up their work during X block or a study hall. And then they can catch up with the rest of the class. So that's another thing I appreciate about this new structure.
One of the most popular aspects of his old classroom were the couches. Many students wonder if they'll see them again in the future.
I don't really miss the couches, not nearly as much as I miss being able to see people's faces, which is why I'm hoping that as soon as it's safe that we can teach we can be in school without masks. But it's possible that when the pandemic is all over, we might have some couches back, but mostly teaching and learning and being together with my students is pretty much the same, especially if we're in a semicircle and we can all see each other.
Although change is sometimes hard, it seems the new room has had a positive effect on Mr. Reid's course.
I'm in Mr. Reid's room right now, and I think it's just a great environment that he's in.
Yeah, it's definitely great to see that he likes his new room. Up next, Daniel Kaie discusses the recent schedule change at SHS.
Swampscott High School recently changed their schedule, which introduced a 2-day rotating schedule with longer classes. Ms. Barnum, the director of guidance, explains why the schedule changes were made.
The schedule with the 7 periods did not have any regular homeroom time built into it, and it did, which meant that students didn't have what we call an anchor adult like you might have in your homeroom or LC class this year. So we didn't have that extra homeroom time built in, and there wasn't any additional, what we might think of as like additional instructional support time. So let's say, for example, that you were having difficulty in Algebra 1 as a grade 9 student. There wasn't an opportunity to go back and see your math teacher or another math teacher except for before or after school, because there was no other additional time built in.
The previous schedule made it harder for students to take electives that they are interested in. With the new schedule, students have more opportunities to take the classes that they are interested in.
For student scheduling, so now more students can access more classes and classes that they may be interested in that are connected to possible college and career interests.
This schedule has its ups and downs, but in general has been changed for the better, making longer classes and adding next block in which you can use to ask help from your teachers during school.
I definitely like the new edition of X Block. What do you think about it?
I think it's a great opportunity to get your work done. If you need help from a teacher, you can go down and ask them for help. Mm-hmm. Our next story comes from Jhandel German, who brings up the loss of open campus for underclassmen.
Swampscott High School's open campus rule has changed once again from last year, from when any student could leave the school during any study halls and any other free classes. This year, only seniors have open campus privileges. Mr. Norkin said that the school administration is considering bringing back the open campus rule for all grades 9 to 12.
Yeah, we're totally open to it. The avenues would be going through student council and each grade level kind of having those grade level meetings.
A big part of this policy is that the school is trying to get the seniors ready for college.
We wanted to treat them like older people, so we wanted to reserve certain privileges for them.
Some students think that all grades should have an open campus, but it all comes down to the student council and the maturity that the students can show to be able to handle that rule.
I think that the open campus was a great opportunity last year because I could just go wherever I wanted for lunch, and also the lunch period was longer then.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they bring it back. Our next story is from Dawson Dibarri, talking about how Ethan Runstadler has handled his new role within the SHS sports production team.
The Swampscott High School sports production team continued their production of most of the sports here at Swampscott High School. Swampscott High School alumni Ethan Runstadler took the job to become the new sports production manager. In taking the position, Ethan believed that it would give him a new challenge of running a larger production, which is something that he has never had the opportunity to do before.
I guess what excited me was the opportunity to sort of manage a larger production than I have before, at least within the town of Swampscott. I've always done sort of single, one-and-done productions.
Setting up for games is not easy for the new manager, however, as he says that staffing shifts for the games is the hardest part of the job. He also gave us some information on what positions are available for students that are interested in getting involved in the sports production program.
The hardest part is definitely managing the crew for that game, getting people to take the shifts and to be interested in filming and stuff like that. But yeah. For our games right now, we have camera people, and we have people that run the more technical side, so the live streaming and the it's called the technical director position, which switches between the different cameras. Those are really
Swampscott High School's sports production has really benefited from Ethan's leadership. Nothing but good things are ahead for Big Blue Athletics and their production.
Yeah, Ethan's been doing a great job. The streams have been looking really nice lately.
Yeah, I agree. Up next, we have a new episode of Andrew's Review. Let's check it out. Hi, and welcome back to Andrew's Review. Today we're reviewing the new album by Ye, Donda. This is his 10th studio album. This album has been pushed back about 4 times with many release parties. This is the second album about Ye's mother, and his first being 808s and Heartbreaks. This album is a mix of gospel and modern day rap songs. It also has many features including Playboi Carti, Don Toliver, Kid Cudi, and Jay-Z. I feel like most people wouldn't like the songs if Ye didn't add features on them. This may be the reason why not many people like Jesus is King, his previous album. If you're a fan of Ye and his other work, I think you will enjoy this album, though it's an hour and a half long. And I'm giving this album a 7 out of 10. See you guys next episode. Bye.
That's all the time we have for today. Today's episode's theme song was produced and written by Jolene Flibby.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to hit that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted.
See you next time.
Bye.
My hair was so bad, bro. I'm shaving my head after.